Hey guys, I wanted to share something with you. Uh, this is mostly about generators for today's video. Whenever I talk to a generator, whomever, as long as I know that this person is a generator, meaning I calculated their design, because actually all types can, uh, seem like generators. Release this sounds a lot, amplifying the sacral of the generators around, because there are 70% of generators. But, most of the time, sometimes it's really hard to tell, because you see many generators are trying to be manifestors, trying to do things, to initiate, to be active in their doing, in their initiating. Go get it if you want it, This is all manifestors' logos. Because you see, for a generator, it's not even the question of want. It's more of a question of availability for certain activity, because that is what's important, And the most beautiful part is that you don't have to listen to your mind. You can just relax in the experience, being yourself, listening to your sacral responses and seeing where they lead you, where you find yourself. When I ask a generator a question, hearing them respond, releasing their sacral sound, whether it is positive or negative response, like or more like a question, excitement in the reaction of their body, of their sacral system. And hearing that is more than enough for me. Even if I ask for help and I hear that's enough. I don't need any mind reason. I don't need any other explanation, because that sound is the highest truth of that being. The truth that I respect, because it's not personal. You see, when a generator operates correctly, the sacral system works on its own, and dependent on the circumstance of life, it reacts. It reacts to circumstance, it reacts to any offerings from life, basically giving you the energy, saying that it is available to generate certain thing. Your body is communicating that to you, so you can experiment with that, following this energy. And I don't have any hard feelings for a generator who says, even if what I'm asking is important for me. I know if this generator is a splenic generator, that I can come up in like 5 minutes and ask him again, or her, the same question, and the splenic system may react differently. For what reason in the moment, it's hard to tell. I just know, because I'm a splenic generator, in the moment when I don't have a positive response for something, that it's not just healthy for me in that particular moment. And maybe the person who came up to ask me something, maybe they're not ready to have the, quite matching words to ask me something. so that it wouldn't, that it would be processed the way it's supposed to be processed, you know. Maybe the question is not healthy, or maybe their vibration is not healthy. It has nothing to do with what they think. You know, I don't know. The reason may be whatever. The quintessence of this is that it's not healthy in that particular moment. This person goes away, comes back 10 minutes ago, and they may have totally different vibration, totally different attitude. And it's just something that body chosen, not me with my mind. So I have no hard feelings for a generator that says, that's totally fine with me. You see, with emotional beings, they're riding their wave constantly, being in their fixed wave pattern. So there is no truth for them in the moment. They have to wait for emotional clarity, and you can do nothing about it. This is one of the reasons about one of 3 human design absolutes that you have no choice. You see, if you're an emotional human being, you really have no choice in that you will not have clarity in the moment to the circumstance that your sacral is reacting to if you're an emotional generator. Every time you hear your response, if it is a positive one, you know, your solar plexus system connects to that frequency to basically filter what just sacral center reacted to. And because it's solar plexus, it has nothing to do with the ajna, with your thoughts, with your mind. So it's not about thinking of that particular response. It's just waiting, providing your body with circumstances where it can really filter that particular moment and have clarity whether you're ready to generate this or not. And, you know, human design is the science of enlightened, selfishness. And it's not about being an asshole for people. You know, it's about respecting yourself and understanding that your response, if you're a generator, is not personal. We tend to see things very personally. Very often, you know, I have a defined ego, and a lot of my energy is in the ego center. My sun of my personality is in the 21st gate, which is the gate of the ego center. And I have another channel that is activating this center for me, the channel of initiation. And you know, I have a lot of the ego present in my life, every moment. And this is just the frequency that I'm used to. And you know, very often I see when I ask some people who have open heart centers, they amplify the energy of my ego. So naturally, a person who has an open ego center, they want to prove their value and worth to people around them, to themselves, to their trauma of their childhood, proving themselves to parents, to friends, lovers, everybody, wasting all their energy, all their thoughts are filtered through this particular frequency of proving their value. And it can play out in many different layers of their life, but it all has this very specific taste of proving value. And very often when I ask somebody who has open ego center and who's a generator, my asking may sound like I'm giving an order to a person, even though my voice can sound very gentle, it's just the frequency of my aura that I have no choice about that. The same as any emotional person have no choice about, clarity in the moment. They just gotta learn patience. Patience will help to create more of a spiral movement of their wave of experience, of their wave spiral that gives this understanding that you're not so fixed on the duality of, being up on your wave and being down on your wave. The duality of this, which basically decodes as, from hope to pain and back again. This is what all human beings are trapped in. No matter whether you are emotionally defined or whether you are emotionally open, because you see anyway, open soul plexus people like myself, especially generators with their very open, enveloping aura, they are very easily affected by the emotions of the emotional human beings, their frequency that these beings are generating. It's very strong. It has a huge impact. It has a huge impact on the quality of emotions. And there are so many very unpleasant frequencies. So it is very easy for somebody who's not defined in the solar plexus center to really create this agenda of not confronting at all with anything that has at least even the slightest hint of possible pain. But you see, the more you try to avoid it, the more you try to avoid the confrontation with your response, the further you actually go from fulfilling of your true potential. Because the quality of your life becomes very much attuned to that frequency of frustration. You're just frustrated. And everything you do have this taste of frustration. So it is really important for any generator first to listen to their response. And of course, depending on the hierarchy of their inner authority within themselves, what their unique design tells us. Because you see, you can be a generator, but you can be a splenic generator, or you can be a generator with emotions, generator with solar plexus defined. And that changes the overall frequency of that human being. So it's not really about, being offended when somebody says to you, to your project, to whatever that is. To helping you. You see, that's what I'm saying. You can come up to me and ask me after 5 minutes, because of the nature of the spleen. Maybe in 5 minutes it is healthy for me to do this for you, to help you, to do whatever that is. I don't have to think about it, give any second thoughts for whether I should have said yes or no. If I heard or that's enough for me as well. I don't second guess my responses. They really comfort my mind a lot, because my mind can be, enjoying the measurement of something more interesting, measuring my own Maya, measuring my own illusion, my bit of it. And this is truly a wonderful experience. This is what I wanted to share with you about generators for today. But also, I feel like I want to start giving you certain techniques that you can work with, certain meditation techniques that can help you experience, at least for seconds in the beginning, what that means to have this passenger consciousness. So stay tuned, I'm gonna post more about other types as well. Today I talked about generators the most, and I'm myself as a generator, so I think it's good to start with my own type, because I didn't really want to start talking about human design and my experience with it without my own experiment, living with my own strategy and inner authority, listening to my response, and moving through life with that awareness. No matter how difficult it was for my not self-agenda of avoiding confrontation to move in that field of my life, of my stage, people that I meet on the stage of my movie, confronting with my response, I discovered something that is true for me. If it was my response, I know this was my nature talking to me, the half of the quantum, my vehicle communicating with the personality. And the techniques that I would love to share with you in my next videos are very much connected to this feeling of the passenger inside you that is watching, and feel the separation in between your passenger and your vehicle, to kind of allow yourself to just surrender to that particular vehicle that you have. So stay tuned and stay present. Bye for now.